Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Newell. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. Now, of course, today is no different. Today, we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. And it seems like Candiace Bassett has had enough of Gizelle talking about her marriage. We're going to jump into that and find out if Ashley Darby at this point in her relationship does in fact trust Michael. Guys, before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. Now with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
On the Real Housewives of Potomac after show, Candiace Bassett was talking about the fact that Gizelle brought up kind of a good point or question. Do you think your husband is riding on your coattails? We know that Chris Bassett has now become Candiace's husbander, but with what credentials, we have no idea. We know that he's a chef and he does catering and he does all of these things, but what makes you qualified to be a manager? And I think that's a fair question. So Gizelle Bryant wants to know, in your mind, do you think your husband is trying to let you make the money and ride the coattails? Okay, well, Candiace said she couldn't be too mad at her co-star. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but this is what she said. When I hear this woman say to me that my husband would do anything to make me happy, that he would do anything to support my dreams and make them a reality, I don't know an example of him supporting her in the way that my husband has supported me. I almost can't even be upset because you are only responding to my experience as a product of your environment, as a product of what you have been through, and technically what you still go through. Candiace added to that Chris is a guardian angel and that he uplifts her and upholds her in a way that she didn't even know that she deserved or needed. Candiace said it made me laugh and it made Chris laugh because Gizelle knows Chris and she knows that he's not someone that would be a coattail rider. And just to be fair, she said her and Chris are doing just fine. Now, Dr. Wendy Osefo, of course, is going to agree with Candiace when it comes to comments of, from Gizelle about other people's relationships, their marriages. She agreed that she shouldn't really be taken too seriously and almost kind of like Gizelle has no merit. Well, this is what she said. Gizelle is always talking about somebody's marriage. Y'all don't see the history? Y'all don't see the pattern? How are you always talking about somebody's husband when you ain't got a husband for us to talk about? It doesn't make no sense. Whoop. Okay, Dr. Wendy Osefo. Now, in Gizelle's defense, she said she wants to see, or because she wants to see Candiace as successful as possible, her spidey sense went up when it came to Chris being deemed as her new manager. She said, when I see her husband, that by trade is a chef, which I said that's fair, all of a sudden not be chefing anymore and decides to be a manager, I don't know. It gave me a little yellow flags. Well, they're technically called red flags, but okay, Gizelle, yellow flags. From Gizelle's perspective, apparently she thinks that Candiace and Chris should keep their careers separate. She said, let him continue doing what he's doing and let it be separate. Let Candiace rock out and you just support her when she comes home, as opposed to let me stop what I'm doing over here as a man and jump on Candiace's train. That was, for me, a little problematic. I don't think it's problematic supporting your significant other. I just think that if you're going to want this big, huge career, you want to be the next big pop star, the next big actor, the next big this, I wouldn't hire my husband who wants to go golfing and playing with cars and have his days off. That wouldn't be my manager. I would have a manager who is working for their 10, 20%, busting their ass, knowing that if you're not making money, they're not making money. But okay, go ahead, employ your husband. Candiace, of course, clapped back and said, you wouldn't recognize the supportive husband if he smacked you in your face. Okay. Now, in a different segment of the Real Housewives of Potomac after show, Ashley Darby did admit that sometimes she wonders how her and Michael made it so far in their relationship, in their marriage, after overcoming infidelities, challenges. I mean, honestly, we all kind of wonder how she made her marriage work. But Ashley said, we've had to forgive each other for a lot of stuff. And forgiveness is so hard, especially in a marriage. She said it's technically incredibly necessary. Then Ashley was asked if she completely trusts Michael, and Ashley said she does not. Ouch. Michael's going to see this, you know. Ashley said, I would be lying through my teeth if I said I was completely comfortable and felt safe and trusted Michael 100% after having Dylan because that previous experience after having Dean. Yeah, that sticks with you. It was hurtful to me. Instead of trying to talk to me about how you're feeling, you were trying to go find affection from someone else. So while things are a little bit different, I'm still a little scarred from that. And I'm very on guard, which Ashley Darby should be, and always looking for signs that could be leading us going down that road again. I have a question for you guys before I continue on. Do you think once a cheater, always a cheater? Or do you feel like he committed infidelity, but he can definitely redeem himself and maybe there's a chance he wouldn't do it again? I don't know. I feel like we've caught Michael Darby in a couple of questionable scenarios. I don't know if I would trust that man at all, but I'm also not married to him, so I don't have to. Let's keep it moving. Ashley added to that I try to be really proactive. I give Michael credit too, because he's also trying to be very proactive by communicating his needs much more than he has in the past. So since they have the babies, we are now wishing them all of the best. But guys, if you missed last night's episode, definitely catch us today at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Jason's channel, Down with Jason. We're going to be recapping the whole episode. It's going to be one hell of a recap. And also, there was a lot to digest here. I mean, Karen and Candiace were able to overcome their situation. And also Candiace telling Ashley that she's not body shaming her when she said, your wide body ass, your big forehead, your big face, you body shame yourself when you come into a room. I don't understand. I'm not going in on Candiace, okay? I'm not. Somebody needs to go in on her husband or being a husband, but I'm not going in on Candiace. I like Candiace on the show, but I don't understand. You're constantly throwing out things. You're smirking, you're smizing, and then you're crying when people react to you and they, you know, tell you something you don't like or just whatever the case is. It seems like there's a common denominator here, and I just don't get, when would you learn to stop treating people a certain way? Because even though Ashley brought that information that Gizelle technically gave to her on a trip, and Candiace was saying, this was my trip. It's not your trip. Bravo's paying for it. Sure, you get to pick the location, but it's not. They make you look like you're the host. You're not paying for it. It's not really your trip. So what are you so upset about? Ashley brought the storyline. She dropped it in Dr. Wendy Osefo's lap, and you just want a storyline and want somebody to be mad at. And then you're going to call her a wide body ass after she just gave birth? What? It makes no sense to me. And I don't love it. I have to be honest. But go ahead. I know you guys have a lot of opinions, and I'm sure you will not hold back. So if you haven't already, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. Because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. Now with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.